intro.
Tune in.
This is your Friday Night Live podcast, photo and entertainment in Middle Georgia sales and services.
Coke don't worry about Pepsi. I had to go see a man about a meal.
Look at here, look at here.
A-Town down.
And you better not lose.
Tune in.
Not so fast, my friend.
You better say it with your chest.
Come on now, shout it.
And you better not lose. And you better watch your mouth now.
I am a Lego.
Better shut your mouth.
Yes, I am. I don't mean to interrupt. Better say it with your chest. Let's get it.
And you better not lose.
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Good tonight.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? Before we get the show started, let me make a short address right quick. Brian Daniel, I'm assuming you're a Thompson fan. I read what you said in the comment, man. You know what I'm saying? Now here it is right here. You may be traveling back to Thompson or whatever the case may be. But if you get a minute, why don't you come on the show, come on the panel, because I want to know what you meant by that. The one thing I don't want to do is take offense to something if you didn't mean it that way. But when everybody joined the group, you know what I'm saying, we one of the rules is we don't take personal shots at each other and stuff like that. So I really don't know how you mean that, but from where I'm from, when you say that to somebody, that only mean one thing. Let me make that perfectly clear. Don't mistake how I am in this group and on this show as a representation of how I am outside of the, show or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? What we do in this page, in this group, and on this show is for entertainment, for people to enjoy themselves, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Me and you ain't never met each other in life, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So, any comments like that, you need to check that. You know what I'm saying? And if you had an issue or anything, you could holler at me about it. I'm giving you that opportunity. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you right now, there's no room for that here. There's no room for that here. Now again, I'm giving you an invitation to tell me how you meant that. My question was pretty clear when I asked you in the comments, but you never gave me a straight answer. So I'm assuming you mean that only one way. But until you clear that up with me, that's what I'm going to go with. So all I'm going to tell you is this. Celebrate your team, man. All that extra stuff, ain't no need for it, because I don't go for all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't play them kind of game. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. People make the mistake of, well, look how this dude post. Look how he talking to post. Look how he act on the show. I do it for the show. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause anybody that know me, be around me, they'll tell you, how I am on this show and stuff ain't nothing how I am in real life, bro. You know what I'm saying? So all that little extra stuff, you could keep that. Just be happy and celebrate your team. But I'm gonna give you an opportunity to come on now. Don't get all bold and stick your chest out in the comment. Now, if you didn't mean it like that, then I apologize in advance. You know what I'm saying? But as it stands right now, I'm gonna take it how you meant it, how you said it. So, it's your choice. Do you? But if you don't address it, then, I'm gonna take the appropriate action. You know what I'm saying? Because there ain't no room for that in this group. We made that perfectly clear. Now we could get into the show. We had some great games tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, Thirsty, I'm gonna turn it over to you. Let's run it.
All right. So, first off, congratulations to everybody that won tonight. For everybody
Congrats.
Yep. And for everyone that did lose, great season. Hold your head up high. You got nothing to be sad about or to be mad about. You're one of the top 8 teams in the state or top 16 teams in the state this year. All right. With that being said, real fast, just gonna go through D1 real fast. Lincoln County lost to Bowden County, 45-28.
Bowden is not a county.
But Bowden, you know what I mean. Sly County over Johnson County, 35-6. Swainsboro with the late field goal to edge out Irwin County, 22-21. And St. Francis 20, Prince Avenue 24. So we're gonna hold it. We're gonna hold it up right there and get some. Well, you know what? Let's go on and do
No,
2A.
no. Let's chop it up because I know we're gonna be jumping all over everything. So as you go through it, if it's okay, let's just chop it up then.
Okay.
I spoke on that game, that Swainsboro, Irwin County. I said I think would be the best game in any classification. I think the score indicated that coming down to a last-second field goal. When you got a team like Swainsboro, that ground and pound, running that old school wing tee, that everybody think is just played out because of that spread offense now, and you got a defense that's biting like Irwin, you knew that was going to be clash of two Titans. So I still stand by what I said. I know we spoke on the Appleton game and the Colquitt and Carrollton game, but I still stand by thinking that this game would have been, if not showed up to be, the best game of the weekend.
You ain't got no argument for me though. I mean,
And
shit, we
did put Swainsboro in the final.
Field goal one.
Yeah, no, it was. The prediction was 1 point, and that's what it ended up being. Swainsboro by 1.
Okay.
Last second field goal.
Field goal. So it came down to crunch time.
But in the beginning of the season, me and Yo have always spoke on Swainsboro and said they was a sleeper team and they would end up in the final.
Yes, and I'm honest. If you go back and watch my pick'ems before, I think the Wizard and I kind of went with Fitzgerald, and I did pick it back off of what my sister was saying about Swainsboro, which made me go and look at them. And I said I had Appleton in the beginning, but after watching Swainsboro is definitely for real. And I think they showed that tonight. I'm sorry, Irwin, being a tough Irwin team.
Mm-hmm.
I got something to say real quick. I want to congratulate Coach Cooper for making his way to the state championship again by leaving us. Sausage Gloop, Coach Cooper, and Fitzgerald.
Man, get out of here with that, man.
Man,
I'm with you, Mo.
Get out of here with that.
I'm with you, Mo.
No, I can't let you ride with that. I can't
do what I want.
No, I can't let you ride with that.
I'm congratulating that man.
You being two-faced right now. I can't let you ride with that. I can't let you.
Who being two-faced? Man, pipe down.
We'll talk about it backstage. We'll talk about it backstage.
Hey, real quick. I put a milk carton out for you today, boy. I'm glad you showed up because I wondered was you gonna show up.
Nah, I had to come on. I had to come on and eat my crow.
Yeah, you gotta eat it, boy. I'm talking about
everybody was looking for you.
Hey, but you the most popular man. You more popular than Warnoff and Herschel Walker right now. And it's election time. Everybody want a piece of you.
Yeah, we'll get to you in a minute.
In a minute.
Tight. You just sit tight. We'll get to you.
Oh, real quick, I'm sorry to interrupt again before Thirsty get to going. Off of high school football, just then, Deion Sanders will be the next head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes.
He accepted it?
He's going to be accepting that job.
Oh, they are sick in Jackson. Oh, so he going to take his son with him too?
More than likely, he are. And I think you looking at the number one recruit on last year, Travis Hunter, who came.
Sure he's going to transfer.
Yeah, and I hate
Colorado
that for.
Fit Prime. That school does not fit Prime. It don't
but
fit.
you know what, Dro? when that school plays the Air Force Academy, that's a big rivalry game. I want to see how well he coached that team. Because that's
I
a big
mean,
rivalry game in Colorado.
I'm
I
with you,
agree.
Sean.
I agree,
respect what
Sean.
you're
And that's
saying.
what I was going to say. Excuse me, Dro. Just real quick, when I made that statement, I wanted to say Dion came in and did a lot of talk about playing for us. You don't have to go Power 5. You know, HBCUs is just as good. Why our players ain't in the draft? Why our players ain't this? You know, he stood for something. And you know Dion ain't doing it for the money. Damn sure ain't doing it for the money. So for him to take this job at Jackson State, to turn that program around, first undefeated season in their program history, to get the top recruit, never happened before, and to walk away like that after 3 to 4 years as the man, I think he ruined his name and his brand that he was trying to set out for these young black athletes.
And you gotta think about it now. You knew something gonna happen when he was on the commercial with my boy Nick Saban. So you knew something.
Man, gone.
You know something would come in. He was on there with my boy Nick Saban.
Man, some of the stuff.
Okay. What else?
Moving on.
Okay.
that to me, Prime. I don't know. Prime. I mean, listen, he know what he doing, I guess, but that just don't seem like a good fit. I'll leave it like that. We may revisit it either later on another show, but that just don't seem like a good fit.
Understood.
Yeah, it seems out of it seems out of place.
You're right, Kelvin. He ain't sweat has a whole new energy now.
That's right.
Money talk. That money talking. That's what that is.
And
Man,
Bull Sugar walk.
But Dion is not in it for the money, man.
No, he don't. He ain't hurt for no money.
He ain't hurt for no money.
But
I wonder is it a move for his son, so his son can, actually be at a school where he can get looked at for the Heisman and in the draft.
Now that make a lot of sense because when you think about it, his numbers are better than any nut.
Right, and he's not even being considered for the Heisman.
Yes, so I can respect that if that's the case, but I just don't see, that move at this time anyway. If I'm gonna stand on a brand, if I'm gonna tell you all, don't drink Pepsi, drink Coke, and 2 years later, I'm drinking up a damn 3-liter bottle of Pepsi. Something ain't right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. And I mean, he went on this HBCU tour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it just, it was great while it lasted, but
yeah, I guess so.
And I know they are sick in Jackson, and tomorrow they play the SWAC championship tomorrow against Southern. I wonder how that's going to
affect the kids.
It's gonna affect a lot. Them boys' mental is gonna be.
And they play North Carolina Central in the Celebration Bowl in the end of December. Well, no, like December 17th, something like that. So
But like Joe said, man, it's okay. Let's visit that. Let's visit that on another day, another time or so. Thirsty, if you want to continue on with these scores.
Yeah.
Let me say that right
Colorado
quick.
is a coaching graveyard.
Say that right quick. Knowing Prime, he probably done already addressed that with the players. I don't think he would tuck tail and not talk to them about it. He probably done already addressed it.
Yeah, he did. That was announced that he will address it with them and let them know what his decision was, so they knew.
Yeah.
All right.
Back to you, Thirsty.
Moving on to 2A. You got Fitzgerald over Fellowship Christian, 19-9. You got, I gotta call them by their proper name now. Thompson over Appleton County, 20-14. I can't call him Tommy Tom no more.
I would like to. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the end of it, bro.
Yeah, for 2A. Yeah.
I would like to know next week. You can go back to calling them that. Go ahead.
Okay.
I would like to know what happened at the end of that game. Did Thompson have the ball and sit on it or whatever? Maybe you Thompson fans or Appleton fans can let us know.
So,
go ahead, Jeremy.
So we was driving. They had broken scored. Then we had drove back into their red zone. And on 4th and 6, with like a minute or so left in the game, the OC called a quarterback sneak while Thompson was loading the box, and they stopped us. And pretty much after that, Thompson just basically kneeled the ball and burnt the clock
Okay.
out.
That's what I was wondering, if they kneeled down and ran the clock out. Reason why is because I called that game by 13 points, and I was hoping Thompson go ahead and put up another score to make that prediction true. I think Appleton was a good team this year. I think, honestly, after watching both teams, I think Appleton was a better team. I'll tell you why I've been screaming Thompson over Appleton. And Jeremy, you continue to say I was being biased. But the thing is, Appleton, in order to get to that next round, you got to have that dog in. You got to want to win. And Appleton hadn't had those kids yet. They don't have a coaching staff that understand. It ain't just talent at this point. A lot of time, the best team is never playing for the state championship. I hope we all on the panel can agree about that. It's just who's hungry and who want it more. And the coaches in Baxley has to get these kids to understand. You got to want that, man. You got to have you got to leave it all on that field, as they say, especially those seniors. You got to understand, it could be my last time playing football. I'm finna give it my all. And I see Thompson players are in that right now. Their coaching staff has them believing that they can beat the world. And that's what you're going to get out of Thompson, is why I'm picking them for the upset against Fitzgerald next week.
Okay, wait.
Absolutely.
You gotta be dialed in.
Hold on a minute now. Wait a minute now. I mean, listen, I ain't trying to break nobody's spirits or nothing like that and like that. But listen, it is they playing in a new classification this year. You know what I'm saying? Now, what you saying, they got strength to it. But what they have been able to pull that off in 3A, they stayed in 3A this year. You know?
No. And here's the reason why I tell you that, though, Dro. The same thing I just said about confidence. You know what you had in 3A. Again, Thompson knew they wasn't the best team in 3A, and Thompson didn't play like they was the best team in 3A. But when you go down a classification, your chest poked out like, man, we be running stuff in 3A until we come up against X, Y, and Z. We ain't got X, Y, and Z in 2A. We winning it this year. That's what that coach putting in their head. Y'all got this. Y'all coming down from 3A are playing against the Peach Counties, the Cedar Groves, the Oconis, the Chris Counties, playing against these teams and playing with them. So now that you're going down to a lower classification, you got this. And that's what these kids are buying into. They
so basically they are doing what Pierce and Appleton should have
been doing. That's right. What he said at the beginning of the year. Yep.
I tell you what, I got something to say about the game, but I'm gonna wait till after Thursday to go through the rest of the classification.
Go ahead, say what you gotta say.
He wants to wait. But what I will say is I agree with that. What Yo was saying, because a lot of times what happens is expectation. You have that expectation. You're supposed to win.
Yes.
You know, you feel entitled to it. That's what I'm saying. There's levels to this. You feel entitled, and because of that, you don't give up, because hey, this is what belongs to me. So even if you're behind, you're gonna work your butt off and leave everything out on the field.
Yep.
So I agree. That's intangible.
And that's just what Appleton don't have. I told Jeremy they're a semifinal team at best. They got to have that coach or that dog player on that field that's ready to push those kids to just get over that hump. And you hear that as metaphorically speaking, but it's just as true as anything. I don't care what sports, life, everything. You got to have some push and drive to just get over that hump and make yourself feel like we're supposed to be here. And but that's what
can't choke every year. Can't choke every year.
Exactly.
But to be fair, you got to think about how they perform this season. I'm talking about Appleton right now. You got to think about how they perform this season. Let me tell you, the difference in this game tonight was some Thompson fans were talking about their speed during the week. We saw it on display tonight. You know what I'm saying? We saw it on display tonight. They made Appleton look slow. You know what I'm saying?
They were wearing down the defense.
Yeah, that too. You know, and plus their impact players made a difference in the game. Whereas Appling really didn't have anybody that could make a difference for them on offense like Thompson could. And if it wasn't for those penalties that Thompson racked up, the score wouldn't even been this close. You understand what I'm saying? That's what my eyes saw. You know what I'm saying? But Jeremy, and I know we got other people that want to come on the panel and say what they think about the game and stuff like that. But Jeremy, this is your opportunity to talk right now. So lay it on us.
I honestly,
hold on. We're gonna let Thursday go in and finish. What he gonna finish first before we get in and let folk talk? Just go ahead and let Thursday get through what he gonna do first, and then we'll let.
I'm sitting over here trying to buy time for a second. Shit.
No, but it's a lot of people want to talk though.
So do you want me to do it then? If you got something to do, Mike?
No. Wait, listen to me. What I was about to do is I was about to put the brackets up on the screen.
Well, I
got to update the brackets though.
Hey, Joe, you got an echo.
Who I do?
Yeah, phone real quick.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Thurs.
Yeah, what I was saying was I was updating the brackets with the scores so I can put the brackets on the screen so everybody can see while I'm calling out the scores. That's what I was trying to do. Was update the bracket. Yeah, that's why. I'm on 6A right now. So when Jeremy get done, I'll be ready to go.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
From what I saw with the game tonight, I mean, I felt like there are times we could have came back and like got the momentum to win the game, but I just felt like we wasn't clicking on all cylinders on both sides of the ball. I'm not coming at any of the Appling kids, but I felt like there were plays we could have made, but some plays we were being lazy, and I feel like Thompson just kind of like took advantage on where we was lacking at in most of the game, and in a way, I feel like we got out-coached and we were outmatched speed for speed on both sides of the ball. Because there's some of them plays, I felt like there was nothing we could have done to stop number 6 from breaking and scoring.
Great assessment, Jeremy.
Yeah, it is. I was going to say. And if you all remember Friday Night Lights, the movie, there was this kid on there they called Preacher, defensive end. Hell of a player. And they was down to that Dallas Carter team. Do you remember that speech he was giving to him in the locker room? He never said anything, always quiet, but he just got in everybody's ass. And it made him have a hell of a second half to almost beat Dallas Carter. The reason I say that is because of what I was just saying to Jeremy. Jeremy, you talk about plays that you've probably seen those kids on Appling Pirates make 100 times this year. And it may look like Thompson was faster or better, but you never had that one guy, somebody that was like, I want this, and encourage the other players, because everybody knows football is a game of inches. You 4th and 6, but think about the first 3 plays that was called, to get to 4th down. Did that running back give his extra to try to pick up the extra 2 or 3 yards? Did he fight not to go down? Like that type mentality is what y'all got to develop down in Baxley, Georgia, to get past that hump that y'all been suffering with.
So they basically thought it was gonna be an easy ride, and they got clipped again. They
thought we played, and you said about how they've been playing all year, Dro, but that's Appling. Sean said it, about Appling chokes again, hold my beer. Like, that's Appling. You're going to see them play the best football all year long. I'm telling you, it got to be a coach, a dog in the locker room. It got to be somebody that pushes these kids to get over that edge. And
because they had the team last year, and they got to the Cedar Grove game and didn't show up.
And if you think about the first plays of the game, it looked like they was ready to play with Cedar Grove. And when Cedar Grove punched them back in the mouth, no dog stood up and said, we're going to take that punch and come out swinging. They took their tail. And Shan know what I'm talking about because that was her son. Her son was that quiet dog. Her son didn't say much, But when he said something, Shan, you know, they listen.
So they listen.
They
because
listen.
He didn't talk all the time.
He didn't talk all the time, but when he knew he needed to say something, that team was gonna listen.
All right, wait, Joe. Let's make sure we give Thompson a voice too. Let them celebrate their team tonight. Let them
Congrats, Thompson Bulldogs.
Yeah, let them come on and talk to us tonight.
I think he sent the link to the one guy.
I know y'all are traveling, so y'all be safe.
Absolutely.
And watch out for the deer.
Well, you down there in the sticks coming out of back, so you better watch out for the damn Bigfoot.
I knew it. Hell, they going back to the sticks. You talking about
Bigfoot John Lee?
They going back to
it. Well, if you leaving sticks going to sticks, you watch out for Bigfoot back there, goddamn.
Shoot.
Okay, 3A, let's go. Thirsty.
Man, Thirsty got his red going. His brown going.
Thirsty, where you at, darling?
Man, please
Coney later, egg.
Nah, my bad. I had my microphone muted. So on the left-hand side, as we see, Sandy Creek over Carver, Atlanta, 49-14. And Cedar Grove over Coney, 23-0. So your state championship game is Cedar Grove, Sandy Creek.
All right, Sandy Creek. What you gonna do with that Cedar Grove? You gonna let them repeat, or you gonna stop them and bust them in the mouth?
Good job, man. I rather watch paint dry and grass grow. What you say, Joe? I'd rather watch grass grow.
Yeah, I'd rather watch a repeat of the Thompson Avenue game than watch that.
Yeah, say whatever you're gonna say. You're gonna be watching it on Saturday at noon.
What a win! What a whistle that Thirst.
Man, he out chilling right now.
He making it up.
Yeah, to celebrate.
No,
what did brackets look like?
He making it up to the Wicked Witch of the West because he called her name today. And it's Friday night. He feeling frisky. He trying to make it up.
He chasing. So he chasing right now.
But Sandy Creek gonna lose that game by 2 or 3 touchdowns. That ain't even worth watching. Right?
It ain't even worth watching.
No.
All I know is Utah done messed up the church's money tonight.
They beat USC.
Man, they just scored again on USC.
Oh my God, that's gonna mess up all the brackets.
It's not Ohio State.
Ohio State gonna get in there.
Yeah. Only thing you can hope for now.
USC had one job.
Yeah, if TCU lose, if Georgia lose, if Michigan lose, you still looking at those three and Ohio State getting back in.
Yeah, it's just a matter of seeding. If TCU loses, they'll probably be number 4. Ohio State will be number 3. But if not, Ohio State will be number 4.
Well, I seen Stetson had that fade haircut. Stetson finna get in a whole mode for tomorrow with that fade haircut.
And he probably getting all the snatch right at Athens right now too.
They don't fade that haircut out. Stetson finna be on a whole nother level tomorrow.
That might throw 8 touchdowns tomorrow.
Yeah, silly head.
We hope so. But I don't know. Now Sandy Creek was taking it to Cedar Grove earlier, like the first part of the first quarter, and then
they were.
Well, they jumped out 13-0. They jumped out 13-0.
Oh, you talking about last game? Oh, you said Sandy Creek.
Sandy Creek. Yeah. They were up 12-0, and then they messed around and hit that boy out of bounds, and it woke.
And that penalty.
And it woke everybody, and it woke up a sleeping bell. That's what happened. Yeah, you're right. I thought you said a corner.
No.
Y'all know that game ain't gonna be close. It's not gonna be close.
They missed the extra point. Are you serious? Man, they up 40-24.
I got to say one thing about 3A. We kind of, and once again, man, shout out my panel. You know, you can go and listen to any show you want to listen to, any podcast show talking Georgia high school football, but you compare their receipts to ours, and you'll see we damn near spot on the nail every time we start hitting. We damn near know what we talking about. Shout out my panel for that. We kind of had everything laid out to where this team should be and this team should be in different classifications. Right now, I still, at this point in time, though, I think it's only one team that you know for sure should be hosting the trophy, and that's 6A. I think every other championship game, you never know who's gonna win that one.
Except 3A, you throw 3A in there.
Yeah, I don't
At
think
this
Sandy
time-
Creek beats Cedar Grove.
Now at this time, man, the way it is,
Unless some magical dust, just
it's
somebody
possible.
sprinkle some magical dust on them or
Now,
something. But
I'll tell you why I say it's possible. Now, thirsty Cedar Grove fans shouted out his team and said, we hadn't given up a point the last 2 playoff games. What's that score with Cavalry Day?
30-0.
30-0. What was that score tonight with Oconee?
23-0.
Okay, so here's my thing. If you think you can score 20 and 30 points and beat Sandy Creek.
Oh, we're gonna lose. Oh, we'll lose.
Oh, yes.
We'll lose.
Oh, yes. So because of that, defense has been biting against the Oconee's offenses and the Cavalry Day. You know what Sandy Creek offense look like. Stud running back as a freshman. His brother's a quarterback. The receivers that can get behind your defense. You're not fit to go out and put no 25, 30 points up and think you can beat Sandy Creek. That's the reason why I don't think it is.
Sandy Creek tested them last year and beat them. So you know they're going to come and play with a chip on their shoulder because they got something to prove.
Oh, yeah.
Cedar Grove got to hold the trophy at the end, and they're trying to prove that Cedar Grove can't at the end. So they got more to prove than Cedar Grove does.
Agreed.
Let me ask Thirsty this before we move on. The little bit of the game I did see, I did say, okay, Oconee was playing sound on defense. You know what I'm saying? But what killed them, to me, they couldn't get Cedar Grove off the field. Cedar Grove
on 3rd and long. In 3rd and long, they couldn't get us off the field.
They couldn't get them off the field. EJ, I know got 2 or 3 first down by himself. You know what I'm saying?
Play.
And Oconee was tired. They were winded. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, that's enough. I don't even need to see no more. You know what I'm saying? See what go ahead.
But the offensive plays wasn't. Tonight, I felt like Cedar Grove was basic with their offensive plays. Like they wasn't like y'all wasn't something offensively wasn't in rhythm tonight.
No. What it was, they couldn't stop our running game. Plain and simple. So we basically ran the ball as much as we needed to, and we passed when needed to. 3rd and long, we'll pass because we needed to.
Right. Yeah, that's all y'all needed. You really didn't need nothing else. And as far as offensively, Oconee, I mean, come on, man. Come on.
I mean, I'm gonna tell you like this: the first drive of the game took off almost 7.5 minutes, 6.5, 7 minutes.
Damn.
The first drive, and we came up with, and it ended up being a missed field goal. But we ended up
because y'all had that 2 points for a long time. I was like, it's only 2-0.
Yeah, because we got a safety.
That's because of Oconee defense too. Now Oconee defense, they got tired. They got wore down.
Yeah, we worn down all night long.
Exactly. That's when you started seeing Cedar Grove assert themselves more because they just basically wore down Oconee's defense.
Yeah. Number 4, Weeks. That dude's tongue was dragging the whole night. So the only time he came off the field was on punt.
He ain't worried about that. He gonna be at the LSU game tomorrow.
I know. Yo.
Let's wrap it up. We got a viewer on here that want to talk.
All right.
And
no
we'll go back. Sean will address it later on. He asked Ohio State got blown out by 20. How they getting in? I'll give you my explanation once we get through all of this.
And
all I'm saying, 40-24.
Jess, do me a favor. Tell the peoples that trying to get in the group that answer all the questions and then answer the admin questions. They're gonna sit there.
Thank you, Mo. You got it. You just did it.
Yeah, I know, but I like the way Jess enunciated. But
you want me to do it now? You want me to wait till?
Do it now.
Okay. For those of you listening, there seems to be an influx of people attempting to get into the group. what we need you to do is make sure that you answer all questions and agree to the terms and the conditions of the group. If you do not, then you will not be allowed entrance into the group. So even if you do answer the questions, make sure that you agree, because there are a lot of people just sitting there because they have not agreed to the terms and conditions. Also, this group is for adults. It's not for children. We can't stop you from listening to the podcast, but we can't prohibit you from getting into the group. And we don't need any fake profiles. Make sure you have a profile picture and make sure that there are no children in the group, but answer all the questions. Okay. Was that good?
Shan, tell them if they don't, they'll sit there until the summer workouts.
Oh, Lord.
And I know
as my sister has stated, if you do not answer the terms and conditions of the questions, you will sit there and you will have to find out from somebody else what we talked about on the podcast, because you will not be able to get on. So follow instructions.
And I know y'all like the way my sisters put that together, but don't start jumping in their inboxes tonight talking about you want to hear their voices.
Don't start. We talking about football. Go Thirsty.
That doesn't happen to me. I've told you that already.
All right. 4A, on the left-hand side of the bracket, we have Cedartown defeating Norfolk County 28-20. And on the right side,
Go to hell. Go ahead.
My bad. And we have Benedictine defeating Troop 42-21. So your state title game on Friday will be Cedartown versus Benedictine.
Check the receipts.
We called this one.
And this panel has been calling that prediction since the start.
All right. Yeah, I got this one updated. So 5A. Let me blow it up a little bit so everybody can see it. Blow it up a little bit more. So 5A, left-hand side, you got Ware County, 31 over Dutchtown, 7. And you have Warner Robins, 35, Cartersville, 10. So your state title. And 6 years in a row going back, Warner Robins versus Ware County in your state title game in 5A.
Congrats, Demons.
I know we have some Cedartown, Nick Diamond. I wonder if there are any Carterville people on here. We need y'all front and center, man. Y'all did a lot of talking about your own Warner Robins, and 3 years in a row, one being the state champion, and now twice to beat you to go to the state championship. Y'all got a lot of explaining to do, Carterville, Georgia.
You surely do. And who is this Facebook user talking about they don't want to speak on Thompson and Appleton County? Where you been? We just got through talking about it, and we'll talk about it again.
Don't come to the party late.
Don't come to the party late. Come and get on her line now. That's my pet.
Right.
Don't get me going.
DJ don't play your favorite song, and you just coming in talking about he ain't played my jam yet.
Yeah, they finna lock the door. You got to leave the club, and you out there coming in talking about I ain't had my drink yet. Bull sugar. Bull sugar.
We were gonna get back. We were gonna circle back round to it once we go through all of the brackets. Y'all see that? Yep. That's when you start using phrases like this. They must not be used to winning. They must not be used
to nothing.
And I'm trying not to go there, but if they keep on pushing, we're gonna push back. Now just sit down somewhere, sit down, get you a Coca-Cola or
here's
something.
The second thing.
And just wait.
Here's the second thing. They come with that. It's us against the world mentality shit. Ain't nobody don't come with that. But Tasha was supposed to lose. Shut up.
Right, because we don't owe you nothing.
No. I ain't talking about y'all. Utah just scored again. It's 46-24.
Oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Let's hurry up and get the people what they want, and we can talk about all of that. Let's
check out history. Who are you, first of all?
Kelsey Neal.
Your name?
It ain't Kelsey Neal. Kelsey Neal. That's his name.
Hey, skip over that, man. Shit, championship already gave now.
All right, championship already given to Hughes, right?
Yeah, go on and give that thing to Hughes. Gainesville.
Y'all a trip.
And that doggone Carrollton, boy, they whooped my Packers butt tonight.
They did, but Mill Creek did some whipping too. Good.
Buddy went on. Buddy ain't on tonight.
Yeah,
Oh,
Milton Creek.
Jamie.
Was it?
Yeah, Jamie ain't on tonight.
Was it
He's
Walton?
sick, baby.
Yeah, he's
Was
sick
it
as a
Walton they played?
Mm-hmm.
They just
Who?
Milton. It was Milton.
Yeah, it was
Milton,
Milton.
yeah.
Yeah, it was Milton.
That
Okay.
game was over at halftime.
It was over in the first quarter. Good. I mean, oh my goodness, they tore them up. It was 14-0, I think, in the first quarter. And it was just
hey Jessica, how you have a running clock in 7-8?
that is so embarrassing. In the semifinals.
Right.
This ain't no regular season 7-8.
Like how you got here.
Come on up there messing with them folks.
These Thompson fans and they feelings. Cause we ain't talking about them. They're in their feelings.
Man,
Well, we're gonna get back
you
to
gonna
them.
wait. We got 7 classifications. You ain't the only gig in town.
Well, they new to the group. They new to the group. Y'all better sit back and get these house rules first before y'all come biting.
This is a high school podcast show. We talk about all games. Y'all are not front and center. Sit your ass down till we get to you.
Man, can I please say what I want to say?
Go ahead.
They piss me off.
Man, have a coconut smile and shut the fuck up. Let us do what we do.
Exactly. It's great. It's supposed to be half sleepy anyway by now.
Hey, hold on. I'm riding with Thompson, goddamn. Y'all take Thompson.
I've been riding with them too, bro, but they better hush.
But they acting like a little kid. Mama. You said we gonna go to McDonald's. Mama. Sit your ass down until I get there.
Break up, Thompson.
Now, Antonio Tick, you said you went to the Warner Robins game. You saw Cartersville dismantle Cartersville. If you want to come on and talk to us about that, you can do that too. Just let us know.
And real quick, I reached out to Coach Westbrook as well as Vic Burley from Warner Robins. They were still at the school wrapping up the celebration and all. So hopefully we'll have one, if not both, to come on and talk to us about 6 straight championship appearances.
That is so amazing.
Now that's more impressive than that's one of the most impressive runs. Besides Cedar Grove, really, and Buford ain't in it this year, but Cedar Grove and Warner Robins on some runs right now.
Yeah, since 2018 for Warner Robins.
Yeah,
that's some dynasty stuff for real.
You heard me, Jess?
I heard you. I saw you. I'm doing it.
Hey, Pete, don't come on here with that Cowboy stuff, man. You talk about Warner Robins, you talk about the Dogs, but you leave your Cowboys on the east side of Macon now.
I'm with you.
But y'all stupid here.
Sean, I agree with you. I said that about that coach from Gainesville.
What happened to What happened to Bird? He left.
Who?
The guy who's supposed to be on here talking. He don't dip.
Oh, give some more Thompson and Appleton fans a chance to come on now that we don't went through all the brackets and all. So this is y'all opportunity now. Y'all been down there in the comments throwing shots. Oh, they don't want to talk about Thompson now. They said Thompson gonna lose, and this, that, and the other. Where y'all come on now and talk to us. Come
and
on.
Warner Robins fans too. If you're listening, if you guys would like to join in and talk about the game tonight.
Ware County, where's O'Neill? You coming on, O'Neill? You want to talk about Ware County and what you expect to see?
Yeah, O'Neill. Yeah, we like to hear. We want to hear from anybody who want to talk tonight. You know what I'm saying? Come on and talk to us.
And while we're waiting on that, can I go back to a question?
Here goes Bird right here. Bird, what's going on, Bird? Go ahead.
I know we're going back and forth and we're kind of all over the place, but Sean asked a question earlier, and it is a legitimate question about Ohio State and how they lost by 20 at home and how they would get in as opposed to who, I guess, Alabama.
Because USC getting their ass whooped right now.
Yeah, that. And the question is, the answer, in my opinion, is, well, we look at Alabama, and yes, they had 2 losses by less than 4 points, but they're losses. you gotta look at the wins. And if you look at that, if you're looking at the wins, they had a weak schedule, but they did what they were supposed to do, and they had a whole bunch of double-digit wins. Alabama, their most impressive win at this point was maybe Texas and Ole Miss, and they won by single digits. So when you're looking at the wins as opposed to the losses, then yes, that's why the committee put Ohio State over Alabama. And whether you agree with it or not, they got one loss.
Yeah,
so that's why
we're not putting no 2-loss non-conference champion. Don't even get to play with your conference champion against a 1-loss non-conference champion who don't get to play.
Sit them boys to their bowl game so they can hush and be quiet.
Yes,
they're a bowl team this year.
Yeah, Bama's not
now
getting in.
Now we got Bud on, we got Kick on. Okay, Bud, go ahead, man. Share what you want to share with us about the Thompson Bulldogs.
Hey, listen, man. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Hey, listen, man. Congratulations to Thompson. All right, that's first off. Second of all, I left. I was trying to go back and see if I can answer the questions. I couldn't find out how to do it. That's my fault on that. All right, the better prepared team won tonight. Thompson was more prepared than Appleton. I mean, no doubt about it. They had, when I seen them come out, when they ran out, all I seen was speed. And I said, it's Appleton weakness all year been the DBs. If you can get past the front four, and the front four can't get to the quarterback or can't get you in the backfield for loss, the DBs, we really don't have too much speed. We got one speedster, it's like number 4. He a freshman. So he really not, you know what I'm saying? He ain't prepared for the big moments like that. 6, I mean, they said the guy don't run track, but he need to be on the track. The guy got some speed on him.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, he got some speed on him. I'm telling you, he got some speed on him. And basically, like everybody keeps saying 4th and 6 quarterback run, but if you go back and look at that whole drive, we got 2 in the game. 2 is kind of like, you know, the speedster shifty. He gonna wait for a hole to open up, and then he gonna hit the hole and try to be explosive. You could not do that with Thompson. And if I'm seeing it in the stands, I know the coach is seeing it, because as soon as the hole opened, the hole's there, but they so fast on defense, the hole closing right up. That's why they took 9 out the game, because he steady getting sacked, because the boys getting back there too fast. They only put 9 in the game for three snaps. And the last snap that he was in the game was the 4th and 6th. Why? You know what I'm saying? Basically, what I'm saying is, on that last drive, you get first down. You put Jamarion in number 1. He get like 4 yards. Then you go back to 2. 2 have not been running like that all game. He trying to shift and look for it. He not putting his head down and running, trying to get 4 yards, 5 yards. So we can't really say, oh, 4th and 6, you put the quarterback in for a quarterback draw, because he shouldn't have been in the game. 2 shouldn't have been in the game at that spot. You got I think a sophomore, a junior, 13, he gonna put his head down and run, try to get you 3-4 yards. So, like I said, it go way back further than the 4th and 6th quarterback draw. I mean, you talking about the penalties that was saving us at the end of the first half. Honestly, at the end of the first half, the game should have been like 20-0.
Yep, so, we should have, right.
Like I say, the more prepared team won. They weren't prepared to play from behind. And you especially can't play from behind when you trying to run Wildcat the whole second half. You only put the quarterback in 2 times. That's let me your quarterback to me.
Let me ask you this. You know how every game, big game, it'll have a mama there go that man type of player. Do you think Curry was that type of player?
You say, well, I couldn't hear you.
Oh, you know how every big game there's a mama there go that man type of player. Do you think Curry for Thompson is that type of player?
Man, listen. When we sit in the stands, we sitting on the away side. We not sitting on the home side. And we telling them, we trying to run the clock out because we got a 1-point lead. But we steady telling them, man, they is a 1-play team. They too explosive. You cannot run the clock out and try to run the clock out and not get first downs on the explosive team. 6 get the ball, 7, 5, any of them boys touch the ball, they gone. And 6, I mean, he just showed up in the moment. You could tell he was gassed, but like y'all said earlier, he just wanted it more. He wanted more. They gave him ball. I knew if he got in space, it was one time he could have broke if they would have if it was open, but they didn't hit him in the flat. If they would hit him in the flat, that could have easily been a touchdown. But I mean, he explosive, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. He explosive. He is explosive.
Oh yeah, he definitely is that.
Hey, real quick, so I do apologize, Bug. I thought you was from Thompson, but you from Athens, right?
Were you sitting over there with my nephew
Yeah.
Antoine?
I
So,
went to school with Antoine. I was with Antoine.
hey, you should have been on the
Awesome.
podcast all year because you have been one of the realest Appleton County fans I don't heard come on this show.
They
Absolutely.
sent me I ain't gonna lie, they sent me the podcast earlier, but I be driving on the road and stuff. Like I don't really be home to watch the games. I kind of watch them online. And my cousin Jeremy Williams, actually my cousin. We first cousin.
The
So
hell,
he
what
sent
the
me the
hell you
podcast. I ain't
doing midnight to the world?
Hey man, I gotta defend cuz man. You look, cuz come on here. He don't really say too much. He be saying a little here and there, man. I gotta come on here and defend for him, man.
He
'Cause
say
he don't
everything
really
behind that
say much.
keyboard.
Oh yeah,
He's a
Twitter
keyboard
face.
warrior.
Oh yeah, he got a strong
But yeah, I
face.
mean, like y'all say, man, it's the same story every year. You know, last year, Cedar Grove, they exposed the weakness, the DBs. It's the same thing every year. We got some young players. I think we only got like 4 seniors, so 4 or 5 seniors, something like that. So I mean,
Y'all will
like
So
you
break
y'all
say,
have a
basketball
strong
be back
team coming
this
back
summer.
next year then.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
y'all
it
y'all will
should
break the
be.
curse.
I know, my cousin, 16, he gonna be gone. He won 2 state championships with Warner Robins the previous 2 years. Chase Smith.
Oh, okay,
So
yeah,
we
he
had
did
got
come
him.
in.
He was born in Bexley, but he moved to Warner Robins and he came back this year, senior year after. But yeah, he won
Okay.
2 state championships with Warner Robins. But I mean, like you say, he gonna be gone, so it's next man up, really.
What's up?
That's all right. Well, we certainly enjoy you.
Hey,
Yeah,
just
for
ask
sure.
him who he think gonna win the state championship.
Bug, who do you think
Uh
is
huh.
going to win the state championship in 2A?
Bug, you heard the question.
I'm gonna tell you though, from what I seen, I ain't really watched too much of Fitzgerald, but I heard from Northeast when we played them. It was a guy we was talking to. I want to say he in here right now, and he told us kind of what Fitzgerald run, and I seen kind of the
He's
same
in
stuff
there.
from Thompson. So it's really a toss up. I honestly I think Thompson hungry. I
There
think
you
they
go.
been hearing the little. I think they been hearing the little Tommy Town or something, man. Cause they came
Yeah.
out hungry. They
Yeah,
came out
that's what
hungry.
I see in them.
So
And I call it swag. They coming down from 3A. They got their chest poked out like we supposed to be the state champions in 2A. And that's
That,
how they playing.
so
that
Tick, what do you
misdirect
think?
that misdirection from Fitzgerald is gonna get misdirected next Friday.
Mm-hmm. I like
So
Yeah.
Thompson.
yeah. So Tick, you think that Fitzgerald's going to lose? I mean, I think
If the
you seen
winner of the game tonight, either of these teams could have easily beaten Fitzgerald.
Okay.
Hey, big
Okay.
up Tick, because Tick said that a couple of weeks ago after that loss to Appleton.
I'm serious.
Yeah.
We played Fitzgerald tough, and if it hadn't been for an early Christmas gift, they wouldn't have beat us.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have a disciplined defense, you can stop that misdirection, man. And they
Yeah.
fans just talk like it's the best offense since the creation, since God blew the breath of life into Adam. They
But
just
I don't
talk like it.
understand that because they last 2 games, especially they last few games, but especially the last 2 in the playoffs have been low scoring games.
But they swear it's the best offense, and they put the points up once you've been demoralized
Well,
and your defense is just tired from trying to stop it. Then they put the points up. But if you have a disciplined defense, you can beat Fitzgerald.
I'm gonna
And
tell you like this, Tick, and we've been talking about this all year with Fitzgerald. Hey, Thursday, what's Fitzgerald magic number?
28.
28 points.
yeah,
If they get 28 points, they normally winning. I think
I can
y'all
give you that.
kept
They
them to
beat
about
us.
14.
They beat us 28-27.
Yeah, they had it at 1 point. So if they get 28 points, you looking for a loss because of that ball control, misdirection,
Yeah.
running game that they be present. But like you said, you got a defense that can hold that, get them in some third and longs, and make them have to punt the ball and take score. I see that
And the
happening with Thompson.
DBs are suspect. Because our freshman
and
wide
with them
receiver
DBs
was torching them all night.
and with them DBs being suspect, man, you got six the leading receiver for Thompson too. And you get six in space, anything. I mean, they burnt us downfield. If Fitzgerald DBs are equal or a little worse than ours, it's over with, man. They had plays downfield that was wide open for Thompson, and he was kind of off target on a little. But if they clean that up right there, that's why I said just seeing what I seen and stuff they were off target on. If they clean that up, I don't see it.
I don't see Fitzgerald beating Thompson, and that's just being honest. Not because we lost to him or my dislike for him. Just if you know football.
Well,
If
I've been calling Thompson for the last 2 weeks, so I'm calling Thompson all the way to the championship.
If Fitzgerald do, it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be 1, 2, 3 points. It ain't gonna be no blowout. It's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be 1 or 2 points
And
if Fitzgerald do.
they can't stop the run. And our number 6 put up 193 yards rushing on them, and as fast as this dude is from Thompson, I don't see them stopping him.
Well, you got to realize now the last time that Fitzgerald ran into offense and a team with speed like that was Irwin when they lost that state championship to them that year.
Yeah.
So they coming up with the same thing. They coming up against the same thing with Thompson. So we'll see how it plans out.
You can run on them. We proved that. Like I say, Woodford had 193.
Okay. Real quick, I know we got y'all on the panel, but we did have O'Neal come in, who's a Ware County Gator, and he made a mention about Ware beating Warner Robins last time they played. Man.
So
talk to us, Tick, about what you saw with them Demons tonight.
Yeah.
What I saw tonight, Cartersville got off the bus. They were hyped for the first drive. They drove down the field, converted a big third down play, drove down the field. Nick Burley did what Nick Burley does, stopped them. They kicked the field goal. Warner Robins drives back down. They kick a field goal, and from there, it was the Nick Burley show on defense. All you heard was Nick Burley on the stop, and you could tell that Cartersville is used to passing the ball. They do the read option and used to passing, but they didn't have time to pass. The quarterback didn't have time to pass tonight, and you could tell he wasn't used to getting hit like that because he getting up looking at the refs, thinking they supposed to throw a flag or something like that. You just got hit. Get up, go back to the huddle, regroup, and they know the game was over at halftime. It was 20-3 at halftime.
Yeah, and he had 2 picks on him tonight too.
Yeah, he threw a couple interceptions. It was 20-3 at halftime, and that's with Warner Robins missing 2 field goals.
Wow.
The game was over at halftime.
O'Neal, I know y'all Gators been playing pretty good this year, and the panel and I chose Ware County to finally get that championship this year.
Yeah,
but not so fast, my friend.
Warner Robins turned it on.
Not so fast, my friend.
Warner Robins turned it up at the right time.
Yeah,
in their season.
They changed offensive coordinators, and that was the key.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that the guy from Coffee County, or was the guy from Coffee County there and they changed it?
Yeah,
I'm not sure, Jeff.
Huh?
I think they got rid of the guy from Coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, he was from Turner. He came from Turner when they got him. But he was previously at Coffee.
Okay.
We ain't
scared. Tell him to bring it. Okay.
Oh, we ain't got to tell them that. What make you think they ain't gonna bring?
They gonna bring it.
All we just saying is Ware just need to be ready and don't be basing it off of last year win against Warner Robins, because you going against a team that has had 6 appearances in the last state championship games.
So that
And they
means
ain't coming to that game to play lightly.
they got though everybody, just about everybody on that team has state championship experience.
Yeah.
And they have that extra oomph that knows what to win. Now I'm not saying that y'all are gonna lose. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying do not take Warner Robins lightly.
They better have an answer for 86.
I don't think too many teams in the state has an answer for 86.
They better have an answer for 86. That's all I can say, because that's all you heard the announcer saying. Burley on the stop. Burley on the stop. Burley on the stop.
And
the running game was hitting tonight too.
Oh yeah, and a shout out to Trey Gunnins. My son is mentor him from middle school up into high school with football, and he had 2 touchdowns tonight.
Okay,
so good job, Trey. Number 14, he waited his turn. He's getting some play time, and he's doing his thing.
Number 14 was running right. It's like thunder and lightning. Malcolm Brown is lightning. Number 14 is the thunder because he was running over.
Yeah.
Shout out Trey. I met that kid.
He was running over those guys.
Yeah, they said he took like about 4 guys in the end zone at one point.
Yeah, they started trying to tackle that young man at about the 15-yard line.
Mm-hmm. That's 206-7 pounds solid. He works out with his dad every day.
Yeah, Stan, I met him at Austin P. He's a good kid. Austin P was recruiting him heavy. So
yeah.
Tav says this is the best team where it's put on the field. They're full of seniors, and it won't be a blowout either way.
Now it'll be a good game.
It's gonna be a dog fight now. It's gonna be a dog fight.
O'Neal said they want it badly.
The experience that Warner Robins has, in my opinion, will put them over the top.
And their coaching. I don't know anything about where has coaching, but the experience that Westbrook brings with his coaching and his staff.
Is the Saban of middle Georgia, because how often do you see someone get rid of an offensive coordinator in the middle of the season?
Right.
Mm-hmm. And they turned it on as soon as they got rid of that.
They won like 9 straight games, I think it is.
They did, and they lost so many players from last year's team. There was an exodus of coaches from Warner Robins to HoCo.
Yes.
And then they started out the season 1-4, something like that.
Yep. Now they're 10-4 going to the state championship.
They won 9 straight games. So, hey, a shout out to the coaching staff and just Warner Robins period, because it just tells you how fickle people are, because people were calling for Westbrook's head at the beginning of the season. They were talking about how he was piggybacking off of what his name?
Edwards.
Edward, yeah. He was piggybacking off of his players, and he just a whole lot of unnecessary criticism.
What sense would that make for people to say that? Have they not been watching what he has done the past couple of seasons?
How long has he been there?
He's been there since 2018, when the first year that Warner Robins went to the state championship 6 years ago.
But 2017 was the first year, babe.
First year. So you got to think now, he was the defensive coordinator all those years up under Chastain before he got the head coaching job. So you got to understand, he comes with defense experience.
And
so a lot of the coaching, even though he's sitting in a head coaching position, he has a lot of input in some of the plays and the things that go on.
He made 2 major changes. He got rid of the offensive coordinator and he changed quarterbacks.
Yeah,
and they hadn't looked back.
And it paid off. That's a testament to the type of coach he is. You know what I'm saying? And they look at the having. You know what I'm saying? He one of the most outstanding. He's an outstanding coach in high school football right now in the state of Georgia. and
Yes.
as long as he with that program, people better what's the word I'm looking for? They better appreciate it. They
Yes.
better
Yep.
Oh, they do.
They got a gym. They do. They have a
Well,
gym.
not so
The
fast, my
boosters that
friend.
matter, they do.
Okay, I'm about to say because not everybody, they was been calling for his head.
The booster that matter, he'll probably end up in a new home sometime soon.
And not to mention the principal of Warner Robins High School, Mr. McCook and Westbrook are boys. They are homeboys. They're
Yeah,
tight.
they cool.
So he's
Well,
okay.
Mr. McCook is like that anyways.
Anybody, he's a cool
He's
guy.
a great principal
Yeah.
and leader at that high school.
Yeah,
So
and the AD Maddox is just as well as a guy himself also. So that's one thing, and not to talk about a team that's not in the playoff, but we kind of mentioned this earlier. When you got an administration that wants good and wants a program to succeed, like what is going on over at Warner Robins, this is the result that you get.
Yes.
Unlike another situation that we won't speak on.
Not tonight anyway.
And to piggyback off that, Warner Robins is used to winning. They have not only state championships, hell, they have national championships.
Expectation. It's
They expect to win.
Well, somebody off of Warner Robins staff need to go down to Baxley, Georgia, and teach them that. Maybe they can get over that hump.
Can y'all?
Hey man, we out for 2A, man. We out for 2A, man. We out for 2A. Hey, nah, but all seriousness though. Ever since I've been in high school, man, we always play daddy ball. They always want they kids that's on the team. They want their kids to be the hero. You know what I'm saying? They always ever since I mean, you can ask anybody. You can ask Antoine, anybody that ever played football. They always want.
You got to play to win.
You got to play to win.
You got a kid on the team that ain't producing. Then you and your kid both got to go.
And see, that's what it is. And that go back to what y'all said earlier. You gotta have a drive. You gotta put somebody down there that's gonna be like
that'll choke really the life out of a program
base,
too.
You got a lot of people that's like. You got a lot of people that everybody can see it, but like I said, you got big money people that their kids playing the ball. They want their kids to be they want their kids to.
How active are y'all? Is y'all touchdown club? Are y'all active in the touchdown club?
Real active.
But I know exactly. I know exactly what Bug is talking about. It happened in Warner Robins under Coach Brian Way. If somebody dad buying lockers for the locker room and his son is not better than the things that's behind him, yet and still he's on the field. So when you have stuff like that, I heard Tick said just a moment ago, man, that can cripple a program, man.
It choke the life out of it, man.
Yeah.
And I can tell,
like you say, you go back. Go ahead.
I can see what you're saying, young man, because when I went down there, when Northeast went down there, you could tell who the biggest sponsors in the touchdown club are. They have preferred parking,
yes, sir.
Things of that nature, because we had to meander through their parking lot just to be able to park our fan bus and the band.
How many times did you see Woody Folsom on the
Woody Folsom? Hey, listen. If it went for that new turf, you would see Woody Folsom all over the field. You thought he was out there running the ball.
Mm-hmm. I can't tell you if you ever go to Brunswick from Middle Jordan, I can't tell you how many times you're gonna see Woody Folsom on 341.
Woody Folsom. I'm telling you, he one of the biggest now. Thank God he don't have no kids out there. But like tonight, they started throwing a deep ball to 3. Number three. He the band director son. And
Lord.
Band, somebody said it I think last week when we played Callaway. They was like how a 2A band, they got more people than a 7A school. The band, you gotta give it up to the band. They win every event they go to, they either placing some, third. And the band director, he got a lot of pull in Affleck County. But if you go back and watch the tape tonight and you look at number 11, every time he running a route, anything he open, but they would not throw him the ball for nothing. And like I say, I mean,
Three
I
would
go
be
back
my
to
1, 2. You got 1, 2, 4, 11, 88. He'll be my 6 option.
you gotta look. If you go back and look, every time they threw it 11, he caught it over the middle. And the crazy thing was when they put 9 in the game, every time they put him in the game, he threw it the first time he threw it to 11, the second time he threw it to 88. But 11, every time that's like a security blanket. Like, but they don't use him though. That's the crazy thing about it. Like they will not throw him the ball for some reason. I don't know why, but I don't know, man.
Because he out there humming on the fight of the bumblebee. That's why.
Right.
Hey,
Hey,
I said something about that too before the
They
game
know when
started.
they
Like,
see
man, I
him
hope they
out
don't
there,
clock
they
that
know what
up.
to play on the in the band.
it was
I
funny.
said that too. I said, man, they don't need to play that "We Will Rock You," man.
It was funny because when we were down there, it was like a PWI band and a HBCU band. It was just funny to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Northeast was rocking, and our band dancing to everything
Yeah,
Northeast playing.
now that was funny. Their band was on the sideline dancing to what we were playing. That was funny.
But I was reading somebody had made a comment tonight and said Swainsboro band is winning too. Like winning at halftime too. So Swainsboro must have had a good band.
You know,
But they
Swainsboro
just
has good athletes because we lost to them last year in the Elite Eight. They have some good athletes down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I don't know what happened to ECI, but they used to have some good athletes, and I'm thinking they took some of them from Swainsboro. Maybe they
Had to because ECI used to be the school in Single A in that area.
yeah, and maybe they just decided to go to Swainsboro. Because they've fallen off. But yeah,
you know how persuasion can be.
I certainly do. If I
I don't know, Mike. Tell us how persuasion can be.
I don't know.
It's not called persuasion. It's called House Bill 5250.
Okay, let me say it for you, Mike. Let me say it for you, Thirsty. Good dope sell itself.
hey, as said in the intro, Coke ain't worried about Pepsi.
Shaking hands and kissing babies, boy. Omar would like to come on. We have a Thompson fan that would like to come on and talk to us.
Okay, Omar.
Come on, you did a great job the other night too. So you can come on and talk to us.
Nah, he come on the next show. We about to wrap it up.
Oh, okay. Well, you can talk to us.
Well, now, Omar, are you gonna be on tomorrow, EP?
Maybe so.
Okay, well,
yeah, we're gonna come on after the SEC championship game. Yeah.
Oh shit. Well, I won't be here.
Oh, I might be sick as a stogie, and I don't know how many glasses of wine gone by then.
Well, guess what, Omar? Y'all, but since y'all playing again, you come on Monday and talk to us on your break.
Oh yeah, Monday.
You come on Monday. Okay, we'll look forward to hearing from you.
And Coach Westbrook, if you're listening, we would love to have you on.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Coach.
Or any Warner Robins fans, if you listen, we would love to have Coach Westbrook on this week.
We can do that. We can do Coach Westbrook and anytime tomorrow.
Okay, that's a bet.
That's great.
Jessica, reach out to Trent Allen. Cause he's a diehard Warner Robins fan. He coaches at Northeast, but Warner Robins is his alma mater.
Okay.
And he loved Old Damon.
Yeah, he do.
I know. He yeah, I know.
Yeah, Trent is a trader. I call him a trader every day.
he got Peach County roots too.
Yeah, but they don't. That's the thing. Him and Brent both. They just don't turn their back on Peach County. They want to rob him through and through.
Yeah,
yes, they are.
Coach Allen is a Peach County. a Warner Robins fan to his heart.
He is a fanatic. He really is. You right about that.
Shan.
Yes, sir.
Could you please close us out and we can talk? Y'all can talk in the back.
Oh,
Can I say something before I get off?
Absolutely, Mr. Odoms. Go ahead.
Death Valley, P Valley, Lily in the Valley. It don't matter. Go Dogs.
All right.
All right. You heard what he said.
Rude, sick 'em.
UGA all day.
Florida State.
Oh yeah, I'm a Seminole fan too. I have two favorite teams. So.
Okay, so I'm gonna start there cutting people right now so Shane can close us off. Boo, you was doing good.
I know, because you know EP will be ready to cut us off.
Before y'all do that, I need somebody to resend me the questions. I don't want to disrespect the group like that. So somebody let me know how to redo the questions. The questions to get inside the group. You know, I ain't answer questions.
Just go back. Just go back on now.
Just go back and add.
Just go back and add.
Yeah, you just go back and add yourself, or I'll just invite you.
No, I tell you what. Let me see if I can see you on that. Since you came up here, you've been straight with me. I'm gonna go ahead and send you on in.
No, I think earlier today because they had been
somebody deleted.
No, what I did earlier today because they had been left like a week, and I knew they probably wanted to get in, but before the game, I sent them something with feedback saying, "Hey, make sure that you do that so they could go back and then they'd be able to get in."
Yo.
So, but if you can't, I'll see if I can invite you.
Let me see.
So that you can answer the questions again. But if not, you just find the group again and just answer the questions.
We appreciate you liking the group there, brother.
Oh yeah.
We appreciate you being on.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So all hearts and minds clear, like we say in church. With all hearts and minds clear, like we say in church.
Let everybody say amen.
Amen.
Well, congratulations to all the teams who are advancing to the championship game for next week. We wish you guys much success in your practice schedule this week and preparing for those games. To the teams who were knocked out this week, we just want to tell you great job, great season. You made it this far. You know, there's no off season, so go ahead and prepare for next season. If you're will be continuation of high school football, if you're going to the next level, we wish you all the success and everything on your next level of playing football. Tonight has been great. We enjoy the conversations and the inputs from the fans who keep contributing and coming on every week and asking questions and checking in with us. We thank you guys. We ask that you guys continue to support us. After next week, when the championship games are over with, we will be preparing some things for you guys for upcoming seasons for basketball and track season and some other things outside of high school sports. We'll have that on for you guys, and you guys will have a heads up on all that information coming up. But thank you guys. We appreciate you. Anything else from the panel before we close out?
Big up Swainsboro, big up Thompson, big up the Warner Robin Demons.
Yes, absolutely. Congratulations to all of you. And Cedar Grove.
I said all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say.
Well, congratulations to all teams advancing next week. We appreciate you guys for this whole season for chiming in with us, and we hope that everything that we brought to you guys have been enjoyable, and you guys will continue to tag along with us after the championship game. With no further ado, we're going to call it a night, and we will see you guys on Monday.
Peace up. See the bro down.
Good night. Tune in. This is your Friday Night Live podcast, photo and entertainment, and Middle Georgia sales and services. Coke, don't worry about Pepsi.
I had to go see a man about a meal.
Look at here, look at here.
A-Town down.
And you better not lose.
Tune in.
Not so fast, my friend.
You better say it with your chest.
Come on now, shout it.
And you better not lose. And you better watch your mouth now.
I am a label.
Better shut your mouth.
Yes, I am. I don't mean to interrupt.
Better say it with your chest.
Let's get it.
And you better not lose.